Hi everybody, Linda here, the scrapbooking photographer. Got something that I'm going to record today which I have been making for a very special lady and I will be gifting this weekend. So this video is for my records and perhaps for hers in the future, but I really wanted to have it recorded because there's lots of little bits in here that I want to explain. So on the back here, we've got my first ever tassel that I've made out of pieces of ribbon, some beads from the craft shop, and different bits and pieces that I've collected. So there's also a couple of bits in there from my wedding dress, and I'll tell you the story of that as we go through. The doily on here came from my mother's bits and pieces, and the material that I've covered the book with is left over from a reupholstering of a chair that I had. So the ribbons, I just love pink. Pink is apparently this lady's favourite colour. And in here we've got a wee brooch with some diamantes, and in these clusters are little pieces of material from Special Things. So when I bought my wedding dress, it was second hand and it came with a hat that I didn't wear. So I've taken the hat apart and saved the satin lining and the material from the front, which is exactly the same as what was on my wedding dress. So I've made a few clusters, including those bits of material, and they're dotted throughout the book. So I've put two ribbons front and back. I'm not sure if that was a good idea or not. It makes it quite cumbersome to tie, but I like the look of it, so that's what I've done. The tassel can come off so that it's easier to write in, and then we'll have a look inside. A lot of this has been inspired by videos I've seen from Kate Stevens from Pixie K Designs. And this wallpaper that's on the back here actually came from her when I purchased some bits and pieces, and it was wrapped in this beautiful wallpaper. So I've managed to use that. There's a vellum envelope here that I've cut from a heart shape. And here's another one of the clusters. So these are just little journaling cards, if you like. Photos are cut out of magazine, a wedding magazine that I got at the supermarket. So just somewhere for her to write little notes perhaps. And here I've got some lace on the side here, and I've put some lace in the back of the spine, so that's covering the spine. This is a photo of one of my aunts and her husband before they were married. And I've dotted these journaling cards throughout. So on the back there's room to write, and on the front just some colours that blend. This is a personal letter to the person getting the gift. And I popped a bow around the top of the paperclip. So pink is her favourite colour, I believe, and gold rather than silver. So that's what I've used throughout the book. So avocado dye features quite a bit because it comes out pink. So I've dotted that throughout. And I've used up some old scrapbooking papers with some pretty designs on the front for weddings and journaling space on the back. And likewise with that little card there that tuck into this little tuck spot. It just fits in there. So I found some nice music paper at the local second-hand shop, and some rice paper from an old photo album. I've also used some stamps and some oxide inks from Stampin' Up and Tim Holtz, and some spray. Now this is actually two pieces of tissue paper that's been smeared with Close to My Heart ink and sandwiched with a piece of A4 computer paper. So just somewhere different to write, and edged on the end of that paper with a thin cut So these have been, rather than submerged in avocado dye, they've been sprayed. And then this is a French marriage certificate which I bought from Etsy. I'll get you the name of those people and pop it in the description below. Likewise, I bought some digital prints of some dogs. This lady has a golden retriever, so I thought that was quite fitting to have in this book for her. The braille papers came from Kate in Pixie K Designs, and avocado dye doilies. This is an envelope used as a centerpiece here and folded in with just some little bits that have been avocado dyed. A photo of my mum. This is my mum and two of her sisters. The flower girl, I'm not sure who the flower girl is, but I just wanted to dot some history through the book. They can be removed and replaced with the future, or left as they are and added to, and just a couple of journaling boxes on the way through. So then we have the doily, the braille paper, another dog, and the bottom half of the certificate. Some stamping with the Chantilly lace stamp from Stampin' Up, and the avocado spray. Another cluster here with some blended edges to go with the tissue paper. And I've popped the lace on the back of the tissue paper there just to strengthen that tissue paper, because I didn't want it to split when I sewed it in. And then we've got back to the rice paper, music, and the other end of the avocado dyed paper. So this is part of the hat that came with my wedding dress, and I've sewn it onto just a piece of cream coloured cardstock and popped these pearl buttons down the front to make a belly band for this little journaling piece there. So these things can either be used as they are and kept in place, or replaced by something else. That's entirely up to the receiver. Some more stamping there, and a doily, and avocado dye, a bit more music. So I've used a little piece of rice paper here to make a tuck spot, and another one of my material clusters. And I've also used a little bit of lace on the side there to be a tab. Again, with some journaling space on the back. This is a digital print from Etsy, and some old vellum sayings I had in my stash. And over here we've got a few other things tucked into the little tuck spot there. Plenty of spaces to write notes or journaling or keep a record of thoughts and ideas. This is the middle section of that wedding certificate. And over here we've got another little tuck spot with just a piece of paper, a little card, another piece of paper, and a journaling box. So those kind of all go together, tucked under the oversized paper clip. And the paper clips have just come from Wickles. This was a clever design I found on YouTube. I'm sorry, I can't remember who had the video, but it was a piece of magazine, which is the wedding magazine I chose with the pink colour, and it's just got a little tuck spot there and one in the back too, and when you turn the page it's actually folded over the top, and it does exactly the same on the other side. Whoops. So there's another box there, and I've just popped that picture on the front to cover an upside down face. So this paper I made into a little folder for the centre of the book, and in the little tuck spots I've popped a notepad and another journaling card. And this is another piece of the hat from my wedding outfit, and another lace tab on the top of that second page with the avocado spray. Other side of the middle of the wedding certificate, stamped with some Stampin' Up! Antique rose, I believe, and here too. Now here I made a little error in the edge of the cling stamp, marked the paper, so I just drew around the outside to cover that little oopsie. We've got some more pretty digital downloads, music and avocado spray and submerged and stamping. And then we get into this part, which has another envelope threaded through and a cluster, another journaling spot. My sewing machine didn't really enjoy doing the sewing around there. The tension wasn't quite right, but I'll work on that. Another tab with the lace. So this piece here this is my mum in a bridesmaid's dress, and on this card I have popped the satin and the material from my wedding dress, and also a little piece of the lace from the hat. The other piece of lace and the braid and the brooch have just been added to fill it out a little bit. So I'll just tuck that the tight fit in there. Another dog, doilies, some more of the tissue paper, and I've strengthened the centre of this signature with some washi tape because it was a little bit fragile once I'd put it in. Another cluster, and strengthened there. Another dog, and another little journaling spot, very tiny one, that was a little offcut, but no point in me keeping it, so it can go in there. The other side of the braille paper with the tuck is a journaling spot. Another little journal box in there, some flowers and some champagne glasses at the end. So I've left the end empty for her to put whatever she wants at the end, and that is it complete. You can tie up. I did have it tied with 2, but you could tie it with the ribbons separately so that you have 2 ties, or you could tie them both together and just have one. I think I quite like it with them both together, but I'll do it this way for now. So that has been keeping me busy for the last few weeks, and I'm really looking forward to giving it to the lady in question, and I hope she loves it as much as I do. Put that back in there, and there we have it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. Happy crafting!